Testing. Testing. Is thing still on? Oh, hey, crew. I got some stories for you. What is happening, crew? So happy to be back with you. So happy to be back recording on this channel. I just want to, right up front, right now, just say thank you to this community for wrapping your arms and supporting my dad in a huge part of the vision of what we had for this channel. Because of your support and because of your comments and because of the people who have reached out and had conversations with my dad and done interviews, and just talking to him, it has clearly become what he wanted. And he is so happy and thankful and so excited to read your comments after each video. And I love that. I love that. We've already won. We've won on that. So just thank you. And thank you to my dad for just crushing it. You were absolutely crushing it, Dad. And sometimes I'll miss a video here or there, but when I catch up, I'm just like, I'm right back in. I want more too. So keep killing it, Dad. Okay. So I'll get right into it. I've got a story for you. To preface the story, go back about 14 months ago. My dad and I were in the car together on the road trip to go to a crypto seminar in Texas. And I'm sure he's talked to you about that. He and I were driving there, and we were making lists, and we were talking about making this channel and what we wanted it to be. And we talked about two things. One being crypto. We believed in it, obviously, because of the technology and the fundamentals, and why those fundamentals of crypto equal real money, a good means of exchange, hopefully, for the globe for the next very long time. And that's something that we both passionately support. And what I'm excited to talk about in the future is how we all move together in that, and also just kind of imagining our own views of blockchain and how it works, and why those, I guess, principles or rules and how it works is just, it's incredible. It's not just incredible for money. It's incredible for data storage. It's incredible for all sorts of things. For the internet, for technology going forward, for trade. I can't wait to see it grow, and I can't wait to see people use it. I have used it in every kind of way. Traded with it, bought things with it, sold it, paid taxes on it. I have given it away. Everything you could do. Put it on all kinds of wallets. It works. It works. Which coins you choose to purchase and use, and which networks grow and are the most stable and secure, we will all find out. We will all be a part of creating that. So that was one. And that's kind of my side of it. You could hear Dad's side of it all the time, which I love. My dad's passion for it is just awesome. He's a true believer and a supporter for sure. So yeah, again, Dad, wow. Like, I'd listen to you about blockchain crypto anytime. Number two, and I'll get right into the story. He and I were talking about us becoming healers, and everyone around us kind of seeing that and becoming healers themselves. And I'll go back. So about 3 years ago, my dad calls me on the phone, and he says, "Hey, Brian, I got something. I don't know if I want to share it with you. I don't. It's kind of weird." I'm like, we've been honest with each other about everything our whole life. That's what love's all about. I was like, man, what do you got? Hit me with it. He tells me, he's like, I wiped all the other channels off my YouTube. I plunked my head and just directly focused on how to become a healer. And I was just like, wait, what? Whoa. Cruz, since I was about this tall, I'm only about this tall now. I was about this tall. I was like maybe 6 years old when I first remember having faith or, thoughts on anything, about the universe or any of that stuff. The one gift that I've always wanted is the ability to, and we'll get deep into healing, but that's complicated. I'll tell you this story. So Dad starts seeking out seminars and people who are healers. And he finds a couple people, couple books, goes to a seminar, goes to one of the reconnective healing seminars. It was in Palm Springs, I believe, a couple years ago. I go and see my dad. I make a trip out to the farm. I see my dad. And I'll never forget, I walk into the living room and he's sitting on the couch. And he almost didn't even look right. It was just I looked at the guy. I'm like, are you okay? Seriously, Pops, are you all right now? It was like he was in like a white ghost Zen monk, like he had just changed. So I was like, is he all right? Is he gonna be okay? And thank goodness he was better than okay. He had this as I like to call it now, just a great expansion of the mind and of yourself and who and what we all are. That is what he was going through and trying to, if you want to call it a gift or, we're all capable of it, by the way. It's not an us thing. That's an all of us thing. So he was just unlocking it for himself and into it and practicing, had this just amazing time, amazing story. I'll let him tell you all those. So I get fired up. I'm like, what else am I doing in my free time? Watching football and sitting around drinking White Claws. Come on, let's do it, man. Let's be healers. So I get fired up, and I was going through a really, really tough time in my life. Really tough. I gotten out of engagement, unhappy with my job, through my own doing. All those things are of our own doing. And drinking a lot, definitely. And when I wasn't at work, which was 6 days a week at the time, I was just in the gym, just angry and pissed off, which actually turned out to be really positive because I lost a bunch of weight and I started feeling great about myself because I got the physical part back. And so it was this perfect time to get the mind going again and the spirit going again inside. I feel like it's when you get all three clicking in your life and you just get on that roll and you're just going, it's that's what I want all the time. And so I was fighting my way back, but I gave my dad a phone call, a crazy one, and I'm like, hey, listen, what do you think about me getting into yachting? Which my pops has done for 25 years or so, and I think it's probably the last thing that he wanted me to do. I know he wanted me to do this with him, among other things that we have together that we're planning in the future, but also things that he knows that I would probably be better at, or just more interested in. And yachting is great, and that time changed me. And the start of it, so I was moving out of this house where I live, and I completely cleaned my room out. it was the day of that I was moving. So I was moving to Florida, and drove my car out. It's amazing. You get a chance to drive across the United States, folks. Do it. Just do it. Just, even if you only got like 5 or 6 days, just boom, boom, bounce around, go to a couple places you really want to go to the national parks, get it done. So I schedule a healing session with this guy that my dad had reached out with. His name is Case Parks. Very first video we ever did on the Stable Crew. We always try to talk about channels that we like. His is our favorite. EverydayMasters on YouTube. I will post the link. Do a session with Case. If you're open-minded and you're into feeling good, like I am, go for it. I can't recommend it highly enough. So my room's completely cleaned out. I'm laying down on the floor. Case calls, talks to you for a while, and then you do a half-hour session. And he's long distance. Case wasn't here. He's far away. So, that was interesting. So I'm laying down. And Case and I had this great chat. I've done a couple sessions with him, and since then, and he's just a super guy. We're really hoping to get him on this channel and do an interview for you guys. So we'll work on that. I'll reach out to Case as well. He gets off the phone with me, and I lay down, and I'm just into it. I'm ready. I'm ready for the rapture here. Let's go. So lay down on my back on the floor, just relaxing, eyes closed. And immediately I see a white and blue just flash. Like my whole, instead of like the blackness of your eyelids, it was a white and blue flash of light. And I had the feeling of, I'll never forget this in my whole life. That feeling when you're building up on a roller coaster and it's going click, 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 click. And you feel that like drop out, like where your body just kind of goes, whoa. Like you get in an elevator sometimes. Like I literally was like I jumped. It snapped my eyes awake. I was like, whoa. What was that? Lay back down, close my eyes. Nothing else comes. No, maybe some tingliness. Sometimes there's other feelings. So car's packed up. I drive out to the farm. I go to see both sets of my parents before I leave. They all live in the mountains here in California. So I drive out to Dad's house. And Dad he's all JoJo'd up on this now. He was wired up at this point, fully synchronized with frequencies and whatever's going on with all of us on this floating orb in outer space. So whatever energy and our connectivity to it, it was working. It's just working. So I sit down outside on these cement steps they have built in next to their garage. I'm chilling. I'm petting the dogs. I'm happy to be back on the farm. And Dad comes outside and we're talking to each other. And something that we learned in one of the seminars was to kind of work with your hands. It's not that your hands are so much doing anything, but kind of taking your mind out of focus and allowing your hands to be like satellite dishes and feel for it. And I feel right now. So I go and I'm with my dad and I stick my hand out and I just start doing this. And to this day, still the strongest feeling I ever had. I was standing next to my dad and it felt like my hands were this far apart. It felt like someone was pushing a silver dollar around in my hand, the same direction that my hand was moving. It was trippy. It was really trippy. So I'm like, okay, maybe there is something to all this. All right. I am no skeptic. I love being open-minded, and I've like, as far as religion goes, like I've been to every type of church, like I've all of them. I've read books, I've done all that stuff, like since I can remember. But also since I can remember, I was that open-minded person that just never really, religion never sunk its teeth in with me ever. It was always kind of 95%. I was like, yeah, but there's a lot more going on here, isn't there? There's a lot less. Isn't it much simpler? And like, we're just gonna believe what a bunch of people said? Like, please don't believe everything that I say. Just, try it for yourself if you want to. So, leave Dad's house, and I proceed to just have crazy couple of years working in boating. Crazy. But I had changed. My nature as a person had changed. That's what they say happens in all these groups that we're part of, and all these, a lot of people in our community like are we get all fired up talking about woo stuff. I got excited about those things, and I used to be excited about those things, kind of political stuff and conspiracies and all, like I love talking about all that stuff, but it changed. Like all of a sudden my focus is more on how can I be the best version of myself? Like what am I doing? Like the world will take care of itself, and if I'm a better part of it and I become happy again, it's going to be a better world around me. I'm going to be able to help heal the people around me because I'll feel it too. So that clicked. So what really changed in my nature is I used to be a procrastinator, and not just a little bit. Like I got more C's in high school than I got A's, I'm pretty sure. So I put things off, and I've always worked my butt off. I've always gone to work and worked my butt off, but it became in my personal life that as soon as I moved and I got into the healing stuff, and at the same time I started at Ivan on Tech, and I got really excited about crypto, and Dad and I got all fired up about doing something like this we had been talking about for years, just doing something together, something like this. And we got serious about crypto after this. So I land a dream job. I'm on a private island off Miami working on a yacht. Good family, really nice captain and stew, like people that I liked. It was fantastic. We get back from our first charter from Key West. I'll never forget that very night. We got back, we tied off, and I was in tears. I was just bawling my eyes out on deck, like in front of my crew. Like I was just like, I was a mess. And I was like, what, Brent, what's going on? It clicked with me that that version of myself, that best version of myself that was now full of love and really, I finally got that go-getter spirit for myself. It was like, okay, I can, whatever I put my mind to, I can do this. I can help heal others. I can work on yachts. I can start YouTube channels. I can, sky's the limit. I can do this. So why not go back home and do it with people that I love? Why not do it with my family and my friends? And so the other kicker, that's the end of the yachting thing. I was not about to miss the New York seminar that I went to for Reconnective Healing. And I'm sure glad I didn't. Building up to that, I'd read 8 books in like a month, and I did the level 1 course, and I was just building. And I got so fired up just about personal growth and life and expansion, and like a lot of those books are just philosophy and just, encouragement stuff, and go for it. So I get to New York, leave my job, go to New York, another amazing drive. Florida, New York, highly recommend it. Definitely hang out in the Carolinas. So I get, West Virginia, baby. Shout out West Virginia. The most beautiful state. It's up there. It was unbelievable. So get to New York, as in Brooklyn, and we go to the seminar. It's a 2-day seminar, and again, changed. I met unbelievable people. I sat next to someone who was from a town that my grandparents lived in Illinois. It's just nowhere. It's in Mideast, like West Salem, Illinois. Shout out West Salem, Illinois. Sit next to him. That's where my mom and my uncle's late wife were both from that exact same area too. So it was straight. I had visited there, going there and coming back on my return road trips. Like, same spot where this guy lived. Probably a town of maybe a couple hundred people. Maybe a couple hundred people were from there right now. Amazing. It was amazing. So little things like that, start to creep up. People talk about numerology. They talk about, but all of a sudden, when you're believing in life and you believe that you're capable of something, and the signs they come at you. It just starts flying at you, and it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. That road trip home was probably the best time of my entire life. Best day of my life was on that road trip. So in New York, they have us sitting in chairs. There were so many of us. I think there was like 90-something of us that we didn't have enough tables to lay down on. So a lot of us would sit on chairs. And I met a great friend of mine, and she and I did sessions on each other. We're kind of, someone's just sitting there like I was, telling you the case of story, work with hands, just looking to feel something. And you not being necessarily the conduit, but you're just a witness to someone else healing themselves. That's where I'm at with all of it right now. If I had to give you all the advanced algorithm of what it is in my head, it's very simple. You heal yourself, and it's here, and it's here, and it's all over. It's everywhere. So, possible. It's all very possible. I've heard some stories. Hey, who's calling right now? Hey, let's go. Hey, Dad, I'm recording right now.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Hey, say what up to your crew.
Hey, what up, crew?
Ah, there he is. I'm telling him a groovy story, Dad.
Oh, great. All right, so I'll let you go.
Love you, man. I'll call you right back.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yes. Oh man, I can't wait. Can't wait. Let's go. So sitting in this chair, and I have another feeling that I've never experienced in my entire life. To this day, I've never felt the feelings coursing through my body than I experienced just sitting in that chair doing these sessions. And what I felt was like a tingling, a numbness in my hands. Like, a lot of people describe it as like, I feel like it's like a kind of a magnetism, like a reverse magnetism, where it's like, it's almost fluctuates, and there's like some static. And so I felt this like magnetic like pulse running from the top of my neck all the way down through my spine. Just like, not good, not bad, just amazing. Just like, that was cool. Like, what was that? What just happened there? I need more of that. Like, I need a lot of that in my life. Like, that was just cool. That was different. It was just different, you guys. It was different. So, leave New York, and I am like JoJo'd up. Before I leave, another friend I made there, he and I, so we got done with the 2 days, right? And part of the time they're kind of trying to, get you into some more, you can be one of our representatives and a healer guy. And it's like, that's cool. I am going to finish that and do that. But I'm kind of like my man Case, like I want to stay open to the ideas of whatever is going on. I just want to be very open-minded and keep going down that road. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not into rules. This isn't, okay, I gotta pay my taxes. I gotta take the trash out on Tuesday. Like, I'm cool with that. But like, this is like a very personal thing. When you choose to heal yourself, to throw yourself, in all your cells and all your atoms and all your energy and all your light into the rest of the ether with all the rest of the energy and light and cells and matter and particles, and it's like, and then when you start to think that every single little bit of it is connected, that was when everything changed for me. It was like the whole idea of God changed for me, and in a really, really positive way. It was just like, okay, we did some changing on this trip. This is great. So me and my buddy, we get done with this 2 days, and he kind of pulls me over to the side. He's like, "Hey, bro, you done yet?" I'm not really done yet. I was like, "No, man, I'm not done either." Like, hey, I got a room up still, dude. Let's do some healings. Let's go, bro. Like, he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I was telling him about this other practice that my dad did in theirs, and we didn't do it in our time. Where you're kind of like, you're just staring at each other, and you're kind of again, I'll let Dad tell you that, because my dad's story of that is one of the most amazing stories I've ever heard in my life. So I get to the room, do that. We're just like numbed out, like happy, like, peace, dude. Catch your flight. Love you, bro. Like, just fired up. I mean, euphoria. I was in a state of euphoria after that. Didn't need no drugs. Didn't do much drinking. Just pure euphoria. So, I go on my road trip home. And so happy that I did. Because I experienced the best day of my life, which is also the scariest. That is another video, which I will tell you guys. That took place in South Dakota, and another place that I will go back to in my life. South Dakota is amazing. I was all over. I drove all through South Dakota, but I was in the Badlands that day, and there's something about the Badlands when you're walking on those metal runways to get into the park to just walk around. It just feels like you're on a different planet. You're on like a moon base, right? And I was a moonwalker. I was literally like, I was a spiritual moonwalker walking around on a different planet that day. And I will tell you the rest of that story later, but changed. I will never be the same person that I was, because I appreciate that day that happened, and all the days subsequently to that led me to that mindset that I always get to have now, and then I accrued as this go-getter. So I started to double up on these things. It starts expanding. It starts becoming exponential for you and for me and for us. It's when, not saying that you guys have to do any of this. Please don't if you're not comfortable with it. But it helped me. It continues to help me every minute of every day, and it's wow. So we came home. I came home. Dad and I saddled up. I took some time off. I helped my parents with work, and they helped me out, and it was an incredible time. We went to this seminar together and met amazing crypto people who we're still friends with and we still talk to. A big shout out to our friend Simon. Love you, bro. You are... I wish we lived in the same town, dude. I really do. I wish we lived in the same town. I need to call you. I owe you a couple phone calls for sure. But we're just, we're so thankful for the support and the people that we met there. And this 1-2 punch is back. We are back. It doesn't matter what you guys want to talk about. If you want to talk about the woo, talk about the woo. You want to talk about this? I'll talk to you about this all day long. Eventually, try to do some healing sessions for people. I got to figure out what we're doing on the YouTube thing and how we can communicate with people and what my end is going to be on that here in the future. But I look forward to that. And if people are open to it and want to have that experience for themselves, I would be so happy to talk to you about it and to support you in it. Whether you're well or you're sick or you're just feeling like it, you're just in the mood and you just want to have a session. We should all get into that because it's a game changer. Is a game changer. So that is my journey of healing. And I look forward to talking to you guys about it more. I look forward to talking to you about crypto and not even the markets and the prices and the FTXs and I will be talking to you about this. I will be talking to you about how crypto is going to function and help us preserve our energy and our society and our world. And those are the networks and the coins and the tokens that I want to support. And I need your help to find those things. I need my dad's help to find those things. I need your help and my dad's help to use those things in our world. And I look forward to it. I want to support the ones that are going to support us. And on that, I want to thank this community for supporting us. And I appreciate you so much. Let's talk some more woo later. Can't wait to tell you all more stories. It's getting dark here. It's definitely winter. Happy holidays to everybody. Hope you're all well. Love you, crew. I'm out.